Hey YouTube, welcome to the Subprime to Prime YouTube channel. Here our focus is to get you from subprime to prime. And that all starts with knowing where we want to go on our financial journey. This channel is for information and educational purposes only and is not intended to be financial or legal advice. Alright, let's get into it. In this video we're going to talk about how to negotiate credit card payments on credit cards. And sometimes we find ourselves in a situation where we're a little bit over leveraged and we need some kind of relief or escape to be able to manage those payments. And in this in this video we're going to look at and talk about how we can better negotiate or attempt to negotiate lower payments, lower interest rates, and things like that on a credit card. And if you've never had experience with trying to do this with a credit card company, it could be a little bit intimidating, because after all, they'll point out the fact that you do owe the money, and that if it's been put into, say, collections or things like that, it's you're going, it's a different route. But we're talking about right when things are potentially going to get bad, or you're at a point where, hey, this is pretty high, I need to call and see if I can't negotiate a little bit of a lower interest rate, change the date, and actually sometimes negotiate a settlement in some cases. So we're going to look at what to do step by step to try to mitigate some of our pain with regards to our credit card situation. So negotiating debt payments on credit cards can be challenging, but it's in some cases a very necessary process. So to start off with, you're going to want to assess, the whole picture. What warrants you to have to call and really actually try and negotiate. And you want to contact your creditors early. So you're going to assess, what cards you need to really call somebody and talk to them about, and figure out, is it really worth it to alert them that there may be potential situation down the line. I don't know. It's kind of one of those situations where you got to use your better judgment, and it's up to you to figure that out. Now, and you want to be able to identify what you can realistically put towards that credit card each month and commit to it. Especially if it's going to be a lower amount, you're going to really, really want to commit to it, because at this point, if you back down, this could be at a super huge detriment to you going forward. And like I said, with banks, credit card companies don't like to get burned either, and they can be sometimes truly unforgiving when it comes to you getting your financial house on track and you're doing well, and you come around to try to apply for them again. They oftentimes will throw shade when you're really trying to get things reestablished and try to build a relationship with them. So assess your finances, and then really figure out which cards you're going to want to negotiate on their behalf, okay, and the amount that you're going to realistically afford to pay each and every month, okay. And then you contact the credit card issuer early on, before the mishap happens. And if you're in a situation where it has already happened, you have a really tight window before things go to collections and eventually charge-offs and things. So you reach out to the credit card issuer, and many credit card companies have hardship programs that might be willing to work with you. So that's one of those things you'll find out once you actually reach out to them. And you kind of got to get prepared for the call. So you want to be ready to explain your situation. You want to be able to let them know what the hardship is, and whether it be job loss, a major medical or legal event, or something like that, and you just be clear and honest with your explanation. Now, keep in mind, these are workers on the other end of the line, and they have all these stop losses and protocols that they have to do when there's a situation with someone not being able to pay. So bear that in mind as you're speaking to them, and you want to talk to them and be very, very cordial, kind, and polite when you're on the phone with them, so that you can have the best possible outcome. Okay, so just really be ready to explain your situation as clear and concise as possible. Okay, and then have a plan. Before you call, you want to kind of have a proposed repayment plan in mind, detailing how much you can afford to pay each month, and try to get them on your side and willing to work with you with regards to that. Because, hey, I might not be able to pay this amount, but I will be able to pay this amount, and possibly you could adjust the interest rate as well with that payment. But it's one is going to have to give. Either you're probably going to get the reduction or the in payment, or the reduction in interest, but not necessarily both at the same time. All right, and so while we're being polite and we're staying on task and letting them know what's going on, you want to try to maybe negotiate the interest rate and fees. That probably might be easier than the actual amount. I mean, you want to try to get whatever you can. And when you recognize that the interest rate is what's contributing a contributing factor to your debt, you just you're trying to dial that back so that it can really help you be able to pay it off faster. And they do want their money, by all means. They do want their money. But some creditors have no problem writing that off and selling your debt. It'll be for pennies on a dollar, but they feel like they'll get something rather than nothing. Okay, and then sometimes if you are able to do it, and you can offer a lump sum settlement. These are offering settlements because it'll report on your credit report as paid less than agreed in most cases, but it's like you're doing the lesser of the evils. I mean, because it's better than having a charge off, and it's better than having a collection, but it does reflect that, hey, we loaned this person money, or we gave this person a credit, and when things got tough, they couldn't pay us back all that we loaned them, and so they paid a part of it. They settled for less than agreed, and you're gonna have to just kind of eat that in that case. And then you got to get that in writing, because a verbal is absolutely nothing. Everything has to be in writing, because if it's not in writing, it didn't happen in most cases. So that's when you negotiate with them, you do have to get that verbal thing that they said that they were going to do. Yes, we'll take it off. We'll give you this rate, or you can make this payment, and blah blah blah. But you must get it in writing. And then, if all else fails, you're going to need to seek professional help to negotiate on your behalf. And it can prove challenging, because a lot of those folks out there are kind of predatory. So you want to keep this in-house if at all possible. I mean, that's like a last resort, trying to, seek help from a credit professional, or a company that's willing to negotiate on your behalf, because they're going to want a hefty fee on the back end for themselves. So, again, you want to contact the creditor earlier before things go wrong. Prepare for the call, and really be able to explain your situation concisely, and then kind of understand the options, because some of them do have hardship programs. Always be polite and calm, and negotiate. You can try to negotiate the interest rate and the fees, or the actual amount that's payable each month. And in some cases, when it gets bad enough, you can negotiate a settlement. Although if you can negotiate the others first, I would definitely go that route over a settlement, because hey, it's a paid less than agreed. And then just get everything that you do, make sure you're getting it in writing. So if you found that helpful, please like and subscribe, and hop on over to our Skool platform, Subprime to Prime. And you guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.